Hi guys, welcome to Spread Stone with Gigi. Today's an amazing day, and today I have with me an amazing guest by the name of Leandra.
Hi.
Hey,
Gigi.
Leandra. How are you? Tell the people about you. Leandra, you're passionate about many things, but what is one of your biggest passions as it so stands right now?
Wow. Thank you so much, Gigi. And thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming along.
I'm so excited. I know it's going to be lit, yo. So, yeah, let's get to it. My passion. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it's obvious. I'm passionate about the Word of God. I'm passionate
That
about
goes
who I
without
am
saying.
in Christ Jesus. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's my thing.
Yeah.
And I'm also passionate about children. Like, when I look at the plans that I have for the future, like, it's mainly focused on the things I want to do for children,
Yeah.
especially in less developed countries, getting them to school, bringing them out of abusive situations. And I feel like I pray more for children than I do for every other thing. And because I like researching, so when you research stuff and you go deeper, and once you know certain things, you can't go back. So because of what I've researched and what I know, I've just taken it upon myself to pray for children, fight for children. So yeah, that is like, when you ask me about long-term plans and goals outside of, okay, I want to make money, I want to buy a house, I want to fight for children.
Fight for
basically.
children. I like that.
That's what I want to say.
I mean, everybody's got to be driven by something.
Yeah.
You got to be driven. I think earlier we were talking about what keeps you up at night. It's not in terms of insomnia or anything, but what is that drive? What is that thing you're looking forward to, whether it's a short-term or long-term goal? And I think that's beautiful, being passionate about children, because the children are the future at the end
They
of
are
the
the
day.
future.
They are a legacy.
Yes.
You shape their future. And
Yeah.
if you know that you can pray and actually impact their lives now, or change their lives through prayer, or do something that can impact their lives, that's great. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, because I always look at it like, some are in certain situations where maybe they grow up in poverty. That's all they know. They're looking at their future like, this is who I'm going to be. But no, you can be the next president.
Absolutely.
The next doctor. So it's to get them to not look at where they came from, but just look at where you're going. And there's actually someone out there willing to fight for you.
And that somebody's you today.
That somebody is me.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, I want us to get right into this podcast today. But before we do that, I want us to play a game called Never, Ever Have I.
Oh, gosh.
Or Never Have I.
Never, ever?
Never. The concept is I've never, or I have.
I have. Yeah.
So I have two cards with me. It reads never and I have. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
And
We put him on the spotlight here.
I know I could get a little deep, but I'm going to spare you the heat of sun. Did I say Sunday? The heat of sunny London.
Sorry, Mom, if you're watching.
Okay. Never have I ever coughed and blamed it on somebody else.
Coughed.
Yeah, weird. Such a weird thing.
Why would I blame you on somebody else?
I don't know. Maybe it's like welcome with a fart. Then that's the only time I can see anybody blaming somebody.
Exactly.
Or masking your fart with a cough.
Yeah.
That's a
I mean, nowadays, if
one.
you cough, it's like you have a bomb because of
I
corona.
know.
So, yeah, probably. I'll probably say that was him.
Yeah. In 2020,
So
coughing, you can blame.
yeah.
You can easily blame somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Well, never. This is a little bizarre, but wet the bed as a child. I don't know why this question came up.
I don't remember, but I like to say never.
That's a lie.
Well,
We don't know. Okay, we're gonna slide right past that. What about slept during the church service?
Oh, I have. Sorry, Pastor.
Not prepped for a sermon or a talk show and just kind of freestyled it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Many times.
Which part? Talk show, right?
Yeah, I don't think you want me to say.
Okay. No. We'll keep that quiet. We'll keep that quiet. Okay. Well, thank you. Let's get right into it. We want to talk about the new normal today.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
The new normal.
The new normal. What does that even mean to you personally? I know we hear the word so many times, the phrase new normal. But a Webster dictionary definition says that the word normal means to conform to a type, a standard, or a regular pattern, right? So when you think about that, what are you conforming to? A standard or regular pattern? And what does it mean to have a new norm? What does it mean? And who's setting that pattern? Exactly. Who is setting that standard? So you always got to ask yourself, if this is the new normal, what is the new normal, but who also is setting that pattern? Because as a Christian, first of all, you follow after the pattern of God and the people of God. But if the new normal, in quote, of 2020 is not in line with scripture, how does one as a Christian position themselves rightly for that to be living in a society that's trying to push an idea of the new normal? So what is your, just kind of off the top of your head, what's your idea of the new normal? What does that actually mean? What is it meant for you as far as you know?
I mean, of course, looking at the current global pandemic, hashtag fiasco or whatever, we've deviated from the normal things or the normal ways of doing things. Like, for example, walking around without a mask. I was okay with giving somebody a hug, shaking their hand.
I'm a hugger. Yeah. I love hugging people.
Like, no, they were trying to say...
I think some people think it's strange, actually.
No,
are you a hugger?
Yeah, I am. It depends, I think, but I don't mind.
I'm a hugger. Like, I'm a hugger.
Like now, it's a bit awkward because you're like, should I hug? Should I not hug? Like, so the expression of love is being limited, you know?
Yeah.
And now already in London, we already know when you're on the underground, people don't already communicate. People be acting like they're fighting battles. So now with the mask on, it's like, no communicate. Everybody just looking at his eyes. Like, that's all you see, eyes just going left, right, center. Because people are wearing masks and that's new normal. What makes it normal? Because somebody decided to say it's normal, but is it good normal? You have to look at it like there are people that just follow it. Okay, that's the new normal, but what is the end result of this new normal?
I think a lot of people don't go beyond that state of reason of saying what is the end result. It's just somebody said let's do this, so we're gonna do it.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. And I remember early days of the lockdown, I stepped into those stores. And I had not been out in such a long time prior to that. And it felt like a ghost town.
Yeah.
There was so much fear. Everybody, like you could not, nobody wanted to cross paths with you.
Yeah.
Folks were really reserved and somewhat fearful in their face and how they're expressing themselves. Even the cashiers at the till were just very, no interaction. I mean, naturally I say hello to them serving me. And now they're like, we have no time. We're just
no time.
Yeah,
or
scan
just
items.
Contactless. No time for talking.
Yeah,
and it's like now, and it encourages antisocial behavior. Because even I was looking at it like, as I said, I love children, so I'm looking at it like children used to go to the playground, you play with their friends. Now it's like you have to I saw a video. I don't know if it's still happening now, where they had to draw like 1 meter box. So when they're outside, you're in your box. You're in your box. You know,
that's bizarre. I just saw that in a mall. They had circles on the ground. So it's an illusion of grass. So turf. And they got circles. So the idea is that you stay within your circle. And it's weird because we are, as human beings, we are people.
Yeah.
God made us to be social and be interactive with people. But this idea of the new norm, what it does, it takes away the element of social, being social and interacting with humans, fellow human beings. Which is a little weird because it has so many more impacts in terms of someone's mental well-being. Some folks already come from a place of no interaction. So the only contact they probably had with people were their workplaces. And now the offices are all shut down. Everybody's got to work from home. So some people are literally all to themselves, four walls, nobody else. I mean, maybe before they could go out to the offices and somebody would say, hey, would you like a cup of coffee? They could exchange a few words. Now it's like they've got nobody but the TV. And you know what happens? You kind of throw yourself in front of the news.
And feeding in the negativity, the fear
is just going to come through.
And everything. And it's quite unfortunate because even from when the lockdown started, and there's been a high number of teenagers committing suicide because they can't see their friends. They're probably going through what they're going through at home. But because you say it is the new normal, most of these people, not to mention them, putting up these laws and whatever, they grow up in good environments, healthy environments. They're not looking at the other person who's probably going through mental, physical, sexual abuse at home. So you're telling them, don't go to school, don't visit your friends. Initially, don't even go to the park. Don't go to the beach. Stay in your house. And then they're being abused. So what is the way out? They need a way out.
And I guess just to bring it in perspective also, what are some of the things, what did you consider normal and what do you now consider the new normal? Or not necessarily, I mean, you might consider it by definition of what the government is saying and society is saying right now. Doesn't mean you accept it, of course. But what was norm to you then and what has kind of, what have you seen it shifting? Does it make sense?
I mean, it was normal to sneeze and people saying, bless you. But now, when you sneeze, it's like,
disease.
Where's your mask?
Oh, yeah.
Coronavirus, like, no, like, stay at home, quarantine, like, self-isolation for 14 days because somebody sneezed.
Yeah.
It's summer. People do have allergies.
Yeah.
So now, every sneeze is a virus.
You're potentially ill, right?
That's crazy. You can't even walk up to someone and shake their hand.
Yeah, no, you can't.
You can't. That person can actually say, I'm going to report. How dare you come and shake my hand? You can't.
Well, they got to give you the hand back for you then to have a case out there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I gave you my hand, but you didn't give me
yours. Yeah. Like, you can't even, even sometimes you get on the bus or whatever and you have to, one person is sitting, you have to sit, 2 seats. Some people don't even like it. They will get up and probably go to a different seat. It was normal before.
It was normal. Do you know what? I have two feelings. I have my feelings about sitting so close up and tight with people on the train. I kind of don't mind the space right now. Truthfully, if I'm being truthful, I don't because in the summer on the tube it gets really hot and stuffy. So I like the fact that I can breathe freely without anybody stepping on my toes and being squashed.
Yeah.
Right? But of course it's a catch-22 because it's just what is happening in society now. It's the impact of the coronavirus on society today. Yeah. But I like the idea that I can sit on the train and nobody's literally breathing on me.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. For me, that's okay. But the only issue is what is the motive behind you getting up and sitting 3 seats away is because you're scared of some virus. Do you know what I mean? Because if you look at even if you look at the guidelines for the social distancing, for the mask, whatever, it's like wear mask, don't wear mask. You can wear mask, but you actually don't have to wear the mask. But if you don't want to wear the mask, wear the mask.
Yeah.
Okay. They can wake up tomorrow and say, actually, it's okay not to wear the mask. So what changed in the atmosphere?
Exactly.
What changed?
Exactly. I was listening to somebody, and they pretty much said before the law was passed, so I think whatever it was, by midnight the next day, officially a new day, it was mandatory to wear masks. So if you were, let's say, maybe on a flight or ferry, if you got on earlier, a couple hours prior to that, and you didn't have a mask on, at midnight you'd have to wear a mask. What changed? Does the virus recognize time? Does it say, suddenly, hey, we've got to start wearing masks right now because it's my time to kick in.
Exactly.
They're kind of allowed me to be free right now, but now I can kick in.
Yeah.
So it's, there's a lot of absurd thoughts and
people are
that have emerged from this.
Looking beyond what is happening. Because what you just said now, does the virus know that, from 12 midnight in the UK, they'll be wearing masks, so I should attack more but people are just going with it because people are fearful, and fear is the enemy of happiness, joy, progress, whatever. It's because of the fear.
Yeah.
And it's that fear that is actually making people ill. And because, at least advertise more about eating healthy. If you really want people to be well, if you really want people to boost their immune system, why are they not encouraging people to eat more greens maybe? Why are they encouraging people to eat healthier? Why is it just mask? So the mask is going to do what to my immune system to fight this virus? What's the mask going to do?
Yeah.
So people have to actually do your own research, actually analyze the situation and say, okay, the new normal, but what is the impact of this new normal?
Yeah.
In 5 years' time, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Who is making the rules and why?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. And funny, some of the things that have emerged out of this new normal are, of course, local, homeland tourism is going to benefit more because a lot more people are not traveling now. Yeah. Right. Of course, that comes with its restrictions. People are not seeing their family members. Yeah. So people are that are abroad. People are where they would normally go to Spain or whatever country, they're staying inland to boost tourism, which is good, I guess. Yeah, people are talking about having more time on their hands for family. Do you find that you especially during the lockdown, did you find that your time was utilized effectively?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I really think that I did utilize my time effectively. Like I was, in our earlier discussion, I actually got to do a few online courses.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm still doing now, but because now that, going to work and that, I'm even trying to balance the time. Like I said, starting my YouTube, I got to talk more with my friends, be on the phone more with my dad. I actually never used to cook, right? Ever.
You became an Instagram chef overnight?
Literally. I was cooking. I was literally cooking every other day.
Oh, God.
Did you bake I was home. Oh, no, I'm not.
Okay,
yeah, that's taking it. Yeah, but I actually cooked. I was very proud of myself. And I actually did gain lockdown weight because of the cooking. Okay. But now that I've started going back to work, I've literally lost all of it because I'm not cooking. I barely have time to eat. My mind is literally all over the place. But when I was home, I would wake up. I had a time that I wake up, time that I have to do my workout, eat, cook, everything. I had time for everything. Yeah. Built stronger relationships with my family and friends.
And your schedule is just less full.
Yeah.
So when you think about it from a church perspective, when you think sometimes you didn't have time to, I don't know, maybe some folks didn't have time to, dedicated time that you could cult out and say, this is time for me to study the word or go to church or do whatever. I mean, during lockdown, church was on the go. You could access your church service at any time.
It was actually lit.
So how can a Christian, in terms of the new norm, when you talk about wearing masks and being socially distant in churches, in the UK, they're telling churches they gotta wear masks. Should a Christian actually accept that? Is it right?
I personally have not accepted it, and I personally think it's not right. But at the same time, I mean, you gotta follow the rules and laws of it. Just like when you have to put on a seatbelt or get your driver's license for you to drive. Right. I understand that, but at the same time, it depends with where your level. Some people's levels of faith are a bit higher than others. So if you know that, you can walk around without the mask and you're bold enough to stand your ground and whatever, you do you. If you know that, my faith is still at a bit. I'm just is
it a question of faith though? I hear many Christians, use that expression of, everybody has a different level of faith, rightly so. But is it a question of faith? Is it a thing of where's your faith at? Or is it a thing of you've got to be somewhat revolutionary in the sense that recognize the times that we're living, recognize their gender, recognize what is going on and how are you actually going to take a stand for it and stand for something. Everyone's got to stand for something. You can't be halfway through something. So if you're saying from a Christian perspective, I cannot worship God freely because it's one of my fundamental human rights to worship, express worship. Yeah. And I got to wear a mask. Where can we draw that line? What's taking it too far? Because, we're talking about issues of public safety and health. Great. But
there's been worse viruses. Yeah. There's been worse diseases. So why, you've got, for us, I could say that, okay, we know when you study your word, you know the times that we're living in, you know what the agenda is, you know where this is going. That's why as a Christian, you stand your ground. Okay, this is not right. And you try to get as many people. I actually like what I'm seeing on social media. Many people are questioning it. Many people are revealing the truth. Many people their eyes have actually opened to say, wait a minute, this is not right. Especially now that I'm not hearing, even though the numbers were twisted or whatever, no one has the virus now. So why are you imposing wearing masks now? The time that it was peak, you never said it was compulsory everywhere. So why? So you have to look at it are you trying to control people? You're trying to see if we can people actually
adhere to the new normal?
Yeah.
How far can we take the new normal?
And then next thing you know, you can't do this without this. You can't do it because but now people are actually protesting against the COVID restrictions. Yeah. People are actually standing their ground, you know. So as a Christian, personally, I'm not with it at all because I'm looking at the end result. People are not socializing. You're telling us we have to wear masks in the house of God. I should worship God with a mask. What is the mask doing? Because when you go on the website, the World Health Organization website, they clearly stated that you can only
masks. Yeah.
So wait, like
what's associated and the reasons why you should wear it.
Why you should wear the mask?
Yeah.
They didn't say you should wear it when you're on the train. See, they even the reasons they gave, I'm still like, but they said when you're taking care of someone who has it, or when you're operating in the hospital or whatever.
Yeah.
So why then is the law? And we have doctors who have come out to say, this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is the cure. So why are the lawmakers who didn't study medicine or who are not scientists?
Because masculine society is one of the new known trends, if you like, that are being pushed. The ideologies and patterns that are being enforced on everybody from wearing a mask, whether you're going to a care home, whether you're going on a train, wherever you're going. I cannot imagine being in a flight for 12 hours with a mask on. It's absurd and funny. I was thinking about it the other day. It's not like there's even a standard to what this mask should be, because some people sew in their own. Some people are using surgical masks. Some people are going. I mean, it could be a scarf. So
why is it protected?
And then also there's exemptions, of course.
And
if you have some kind of medical reason, you don't have to wear it. So I guess the virus virus recognizes that this person's got anxiety. So they're cool. We'll skip them. We're gonna skip them. I mean, the new norm has got to be questioned. Of course, we said. I mean, what does that actually mean? Who's setting the standard of the new norm? What does it mean for our fundamental human rights? What does it mean for our rights as Christians? What does it mean for our rights as human beings? What does it mean for our future? Can we truly live in a society that's masked up?
Censored. You can't say anything against, but before,
without human interaction.
It's free speech.
I can't hug a brother or sister in church no more because it's the rule. It's absurd and it's getting too far.
It is.
I mean, the subject is deep and it's far deeper than we've even gone into today. But it's always you got to be at a healthy place where you question things, no matter where it's coming from. All right, and like somebody says, you got to dig deep into the Word of God for yourself. You got to dig deep into research for yourself. There's nothing's more beneficial, and you don't understand things better than when you actually lay a hold of it for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Other than being told. Like we can sit here and tell people, don't do this, don't do that. But the moment they do their own research and come to their own conclusions, and often the conclusion person A might come up with is not necessarily what person B might come up with, and it's fair and square, but have your conclusion.
Don't just go with what people tell you. Do your own research. That's what I keep saying. Do your own research. Don't just watch BBC and Sky News. Do your own research and go deep with it.
So give us one last word on the new normal. I want to wrap this up today. It's been great having you. I like the subject matter. I know we're going to have you more and more. So give me one last word on the new normal. Take it away.
New normal. I don't like it, yo. I actually don't like.
Do you like working from home? Because that's part of the new normal.
I'm such an introvert, so I do like working from home. But I don't want to be forced to work from home.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like rules like that. That's the truth.
You want some flexibility.
Yeah, like if I want to work from home, maybe because I chose to. Maybe I spoke to my manager. Said, okay, can I work from home? Not because I have to work from home. I can't go anywhere. No, it's not right. And I just want to encourage people that reach out to people, speak to people. I know they're saying it's new normal. Don't visit your family, blah, 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 whatever. But people have gone through a lot emotionally, mentally. So just spread more love. Whatever way you can, check on your families, check on your friends, make sure they're okay. And if you know some truth, share the truth.
Yes.
And if the people do want to research, they can do their own research, but share the truth. And
but you gotta, don't be a WhatsApp auntie associator. Where you just don't look at the information, just forward it. And make sure what you're sharing is don't just share because they said that's what happened in the beginning. 10,000 people died. Dropping in the streets, everybody's
even just to fight share 15,000. No. No, stop spreading fear.
For sure.
But we'll be fine. We'll be right. The Church of Christ is marching on.
So Leandra, where can people catch you? What is your social media handle? I hear you do some podcasting, you do some blogging and web series. You're quite social and active on social media. Where can we catch you at?
Okay, so we do have a web series coming called Boldly.
Boldly.
Yeah, so it's for
Nice.
like females. We're gonna be talking about girl stuff, female stuff, the word of God. And of course, I have my own blog called Solutions for a Better Life. You can catch me on Instagram at Leandro Maker. And yeah, I just like inspiring people. I just like when people come on my pages, I just want them to live better or to live with some knowledge or to live comforted. So even if I'm posting a picture, I always try to put a caption that encourages someone.
A caption that's not related to the picture. I'm kidding.
I barely relate
I'm
my
kidding.
caption
I'm
to the
kidding.
pictures,
I'm
but
kidding.
yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, no doubt inspiring, like you did say.
Thank you so
It's inspiring
much
to
for
have you
having
here.
me.
Thank you for sharing a word with us. Until next time.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Thank you.
Loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, catch you later. So tune in next time for Spirit Storm with Gigi. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Catch you later. Peace out.